It's Wednesday, and of course, you have clicked in to the ETBU Extra Show in our final segment today as we broadcast live from the Huffman Student Activities area on the first floor of the Ornell Student Center. Now I'd like to introduce you to the new men's soccer coach here at ETBU. His name is Chris Crawford. Matter of fact, I think officially you started this week. Is that right, Chris?
I started Monday in the office. I was out recruiting the last 2 weekends, though. So Monday was on campus all day.
Kind of explain to us or share with us your background and how you got here. In case you've seen the press release at go2tigers.com, you know he came from Dallas Baptist University where he restarted the program. Kind of take us through that process, how you got to ETBU.
Believe it or not, it's the Lord's work. I mean, I've been playing soccer my whole life, love the game of soccer, from Dallas area, been in Dallas my whole life, and played soccer at Dallas Baptist University. And so I have a lot of respect and love and admiration for that university, for what it's done for me and my family. And getting to start that program was something that was unique for me. Being a college soccer player, playing there, and then when they ended the program, 2005, 2004, whenever it was, and then being able to restart that program in 2011, and then continue with their success that they had this year, making it all the way to Florida for the NCC's national tournament, and getting to see those guys their senior year make it that far. So getting here, right time, right place. Just the Lord blessing me every single day and blessing my family. We were able to, a situation came up that we were driven or called, and just every opportunity was open there for us.
Share with us about your family so we can get to know you better as the new men's soccer coach here at East Texas Baptist University.
I have a wonderful family. My wife is my foundation. I mean, she keeps me humble. She keeps me in line and in check at the same time, but she keeps me going every day. She pushes me in each way. I've been married for 13 years. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, but also work-at-home mom. She has a job that she does from home. But we've been married for almost 12 years now. We have two wonderful kids. I have a 4-year-old boy that'll be 5 in March. Easton, he is sport fanatic like me. He's playing soccer, he's playing t-ball, he's playing golf, he's doing everything and anything that involves a ball. And then I have a daughter that will turn 2 on Christmas Eve in the next couple of days. And so she is my mini-me. She is a fireball. She is ready to run, never stops, and just I've never had a sister or anything like that. I'm the oldest of 5 boys. My dad's the middle child of 5 boys, and so having a daughter is a new thing for me. And so my dad told me I messed it up when I told him we were having a girl. He said, "You must have done something wrong." But so we're excited, and she's my little princess, and I love her to death.
Well, Chris, obviously people know this, that when someone chooses to play a team sport, it teaches them a lot about life. As you are passionate about soccer, what does playing soccer teach a young man or a young lady about life?
One of the reasons I love soccer, it's as you said, it's not an individual sport. There's not a superstar. There's not one person that just can take over a game. It's not like LeBron James or Stephen Curry that can just take over. In this game, it's down to 11 guys. You've got to be able to depend on others. You've got to be able to work together. And being able to transform that into life, that you've got to be able to trust others, especially in where we are in our relationships with the Lord. I can't do life on my own. I depend on my family. I depend on that the Lord has a plan for me, that the Lord knows what's going to happen next, and it's by His design what's going to happen, and it's my reaction and how I respond, and my support system around me is going to make me get through that next step. And so with soccer, it's the same thing. Being able to trust on your brothers or your sisters, allowing them to know that they're going to do everything that they can to help you get to our goal as a team. And continue to move forward in that way.
Visiting with Chris Crawford, the new men's soccer coach here at East Texas Baptist University. And Chris, as you said at the top of our segment, you're already out there recruiting. What type of player are you looking for to come play soccer for ETBU?
We want a guy that can make an immediate impact. I mean, we've got a great group of guys here. We have started meeting with them individually just so that way I can get to know them a little bit better, find out what they like on the field, off the field, in the classroom. But we want a well-rounded guy. We want a guy that's going to be able to come in that can make an immediate impact. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman. Let's get on the field, see if you can get on the field, give us some great minutes. But we also want a guy that feels called to be here. We want a guy that not only wants to grow on the field, but wants to grow in their faith. We want these guys to be leaders on this campus. We want these guys to be leaders in the community, giving back to the community, through all kinds of different kinds of service. But then we want a guy that's going to excel in the classroom. Soccer's great, sports are great, but if you can't do it in the classroom, then you can't play the sport. And so we want a guy that's going to be able to achieve all three levels: on the field, in the classroom, and then in our Bible studies, our devotion, and in our walk with the Lord. So,
What type of team can we expect Chris Crawford to put on the field next fall? That's a broad question right now.
It's going to be a hard-working team. Soccer's 90 minutes. It's a tough game. I mean, you physically abuse your body for 90 minutes. And so these guys, we're going to be in shape. We're going to be able to run, and we have to fight for 90 minutes. It's going to be everybody working together. We've got to defend together. We've got to attack together. And so we have to be in the best shape of our lives. These guys are going to have to be prepared. And the work that we're going to start over winter break, we meet today and tomorrow with the guys, and then we have team meeting before they leave for finals, and so we give them the workout. And I told them conditioning is a must. We start now. Whatever we want for our goal in the fall starts today. And so we're going to have to battle for 90 minutes, and we're going to be a hard fighting team. Not in the bad physical way, but just in a way that we're not going to give up anything, hopefully silly or that's going to hurt us.
All right, last question to ask you, Chris. How does soccer stand in America? Is it more popular now than, say, 2 years ago or 5 years ago? Of course, it's a worldwide sport that's popular worldwide, but what about American soccer? Is it getting better?
Oh, it's getting a lot better. I mean, growing up, you very rarely heard of soccer in the United States except for when it was World Cup time. And now with all the success, I mean, from the men's national team, the women's national team winning the World Cup, and then just the growth of the MLS soccer with more stadiums, more teams being added, it's growing a lot more. It's course, I mean, everywhere else outside of America, soccer's number one. And so here it's number 4 or 5. But it's growing. But once you have those main events like the World Cup in the United States or the Women's World Cup in the United States or big MLS finals or teams from overseas coming to play over here against MLS All-Stars, that's the number 1 rated shows at times. That's the number 1 rated tickets at times. And so it is definitely growing. There's more and more. I mean, you got Odell Beckham with the New York Giants who's getting famous reviews for all his famous catches on the games, and he's grew up as a soccer player, and they talk about that, and now it's all over ESPN because the hand-eye coordination, the footwork, and all that goes through it does so much for just our athletes, but for any other sport athlete at the same time.
All right, Chris, thank you for your time today.
Hey, thanks so much.
Hope you enjoyed visiting with the new men's soccer coach, Chris Crawford, here at ETBU. Looking forward to the Tiger soccer team being on the field in the fall and you getting your first win as the head coach here at ETBU. Well, that's going to wrap up today's show from the Huffman Student Activities area. Thank you for clicking in today on the ETBU Sportsnet and, of course, watching the segments later on YouTube. Don't forget, Tiger basketball tomorrow night. 5:30 for the ladies' game against Louisiana College. 7:30 for the men's game. Be broadcast on the ETB Sportsnet, so click in and listen. Also, Saturday, Tiger basketball at home hosting Rust College. The men at 3 and the ladies at 1 in a non-conference game. Thank you to Matthew and Kenneth and Adam from the Sports Information Department getting us all things together here at the Student Center. We'll see you next week, or maybe in 2 weeks. I think we'll start our next show in January. Our next show will be in the new year, 2016. That's hard to believe because ETB students have finals next week, and then we have commencement, and then they have the Christmas break. So we'll see you on ETB Extra in 2016. So long and have a great day.